women can be really, really awful to each other. And there's what they say to your face. And then there's a lot of times what's said behind the back. And I really respect how difficult it is and the courage that it takes as a woman to tell another woman how you made her feel and how she feels in the situation. I think that's something I'd love to see more of. It's something I definitely want to do and try more to do when someone upsets me, or particularly any of my female friendships. My closest friendships, I've been able to say, hey, this really hurt my feelings. And I assume you probably didn't mean it that way. And I know that we have a deep friendship, but this isn't working. But it's hard because you need two people to want to have that conversation. And
Yeah,
that doesn't always happen.
but that's probably why it works with your closest friends, because you guys are so close because you both want it. That's why it's lasted so long and
Mhm.
had those intimate, deep conversations. So you feel like you trust that you can say something and they'll know it's coming from a place of you wanting to make it better. Um,
Yep.
so the point you just made about fawning, it is so true, because we were literally talking about what if a serial killer comes after us in the last episode.
Yep.
And I was like, well, you could just try and like convince them that you're into them and you want to date them, and like maybe they'll believe that you could be a thing, and then they won't kill you. And I'm like, that's my fawning response. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll just like flirt with the serial killer because I know
Work my way out of this.
I can't physically fight him. Flight, like I'm not going to outpace him, chances are.
Yeah.
And so like fawning is, like that is kind of what we have left. So I think a lot of women go to that. At least I
Mhm.
do.
I think what's interesting with fawning too, though, is like when you do fawn and whenever you're pleasing somebody else and it's not in alignment with who you are and your truth, you end up carrying the burden of that action, right? So, like, if I'm telling somebody that, oh, no, no, it's fine. You're so special. This is great. Look at how great you are here and did this. And wow, I know that I'm being dishonest or I'm manipulating the situation to get me out of it. And then I bear the burden of, oh God, I feel so guilty because I had to say that or do that to get out of these things. And I think it actually can be so diabolical because it makes you question your own integrity. And it makes you question which voice is the most loud in your head. Am I doing this because I want to, or am I doing this because I'm just trying to save myself? And it can get very gray area. I don't know. I think in fawning responses and in people pleasing responses, which I've totally done, I think we all do at certain times and phases. And sometimes it's the path of least resistance, but it's important to also find a way to resist that or a way to take stock in what that behavior was so that you can move forward and you don't hold on to that as your own self identity because it
That's
can become kind of addicting to fawn.
oh, for sure. I mean, it's the easy way out, right? It's the path of least resistance. Because if you freeze, which is another reaction to trauma, if
Mhm.
you freeze, you still have to confront it. If you freeze, like they're not getting an answer, the problem is still there.
Still
They need to
tension.
address, and you're not doing anything. But if you fawn, you're trying to take away the power and the intensity of the situation and just make it better so it's a non-issue.